I want to give a brief shout out to the other disabled queers here. Crip solidarity. This is why I have not been in this, my favorite place, for 6 years, and I'm going to try to get through it without weeping. Chronic illness is a river of losses, a roaring river of losses, and occasionally you go over the falls in nothing but a barrel, wearing nothing but your birthday suit, a suit, it becomes very apparent, is on loan. When my illness lurches forward, shovels into the graveyard yet another chunk of my life, my first response is to laugh. In the emergency room, when they said I needed a brain scan, my first thought was, fuck it. I'm changing my name to Disco. This is what my brain does. My brain is delightful. I'd like to keep her for as long as I can, but on bad days, when the organisms gorge on my organs and my brain wobbles in her seat, I have to sit at stoplights and repeat, red means stop, green means go. This is my normal. Yesterday, my foot quit. I don't mean I limped, I mean flat fuck couldn't walk, and it's probably going to recur. My response was to get up and dance on one foot. I love being alive. I love the shit out of being alive. I love the fuck monster shit out of being alive. Are you kidding me? There are mangoes and plumeria and goddamn popsicles in the middle of July. There are birthday songs and monkey trees and skateboard parks and ball games at dusk and floating on your back in the bathwater ocean when the doctor said I needed chemotherapy that could either save or kill, but never cure me. I signed on the dotted line, and then I flew to an island where my favorite flower lives, because if I am going to die, and we are all going to die, I wanted to float on my back in the mother of all salt baths with my favorite bloom perched on my mouth. I guess you could say I didn't want to leave without saying goodbye. The first thing I do when presented non-consensually, and it is always non-consensual with another loss, is laugh or dance or change my name to Joywick. The second thing is dissolve and shout at the sky, why me? Why can other people picnic and swim and stand at the barbecue and at summer weddings dance on both feet? The answer is no logic, I recognize. People love being around me when I am sniffing blossoms on the day after poison drips into my arm. They love me when I am the living pornography of inspiration. What they don't love as much is when I collapse and rage, erupt into terror and resentment and snot, but I promise that the business of grief is no less precious, no less righteous than dancing after diagnosis. Grief is no less rejoice than hallelujah. Grief is rejoice, is the counterbalance of just how grateful I am to have a face with which to smell both hyacinth and dog shit, which is to say, you should see what kind of bursting open, undulating sea of dahlias I become when I am really in the rack of what this disease regularly robs from me. You should see me heave and lurch and choke on the tears of my flooding throat, because to see that is to witness the depths of just how goddamn glorious it is to be alive. So the next time you see someone weep because she has lost something else to the river of illness, maybe instead of pity or revulsion, you might take a step closer, look her in the face and say, would you like some cheesecake or a peony? What does your favorite flower smell like when it dies? Wow.